Cocaine. It's a hell of a drug. It's also hella expensive. An 8-ball, an eighth of an ounce or 3.5 grams, costs around $250 in the US. But what's the real price of that little baggie? To figure it out, you have to go from farm to glass table. It all starts with the coca leaf, which grows in bushes along the Andes. 3 South American countries grow pretty much the world's entire supply: Peru, Colombia, and Bolivia. Farmers pick the leaves year-round, but make very little. In Colombia, they get $1.10 per kilo of leaves. In Peru, $4.30. Many in the region have traditionally chewed or brewed a leaf here or there to treat altitude sickness. But to get that other kind of high, you need a literal ton of leaves. It takes 1,000 kilos, more than 2,000 pounds of leaves, just to produce 1.61 kilos of coca paste, a masticated mess that's the first step towards cocaine. Sometimes farmers themselves make the paste, a process that can involve cement, liquid fertilizer, sulfuric acid, and gasoline. Yum. The paste sells for more than $1,000 per kilo in Colombia. Next up, cocaine base, and finally cocaine hydrochloride, or street cocaine. Processing this usually happens in extremely sophisticated labs, with chemicals like hydrochloric acid and potassium permanganate. At this point, it's time for cocaine to leave the Andes for good. From Peru, Colombia, and Bolivia, the drug gets trafficked around the world to countries like Brazil, Chile, and Argentina, where it's either sold or sent onwards to transit hubs like Jamaica or West Africa. From there, it's a quick jaunt to Western Europe. Stateside, 95% of all cocaine to the US goes through Mexico or its waters, and more than half of that cocaine has made a stop in Central America. So who's flying the small planes, navigating the back roads, hiding grams in shipments of pineapples? It's a true story. And pretty much finding every creative manner under the sun to transport cocaine? The cartels. Mexican cartels like Sinaloa, Los Zetas, and La Familia Michoacana have a major hand in the trade. Colombia also has a number of cartels, not to mention the guerrilla group FARC, that manage smuggling routes. And organized crime syndicates from Honduras to West Africa and elsewhere are also involved. Cartels will do practically anything to make sure that nothing gets in their way. Latin America and the Caribbean have among the highest violent crime rates in the world, in large part because of the drug trade. Millions have had to flee their homes in Colombia. More than 60,000 Mexicans have been killed since 2006, and over tens of thousands of parents have sent their children across the US-Mexico border, undocumented and alone, all because of drug-related violence. All this for 17.2 million cocaine users around the world, most of them in the United States, Brazil, and Western Europe. Americans spent $28 billion on cocaine in 2010 alone. To put it into perspective, those people could have funded the National Cancer Institute for almost 6 years. So from livelihoods spent to thousands of miles traveled and thousands of lives lost, is a few $100s for an 8-ball a fair price? What do you think?
Want more? Download the AJ Plus mobile app and join the conversation. Available in your app store now.